Now at 10 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, a coordinated effort takes a wanted man off the street. Details on the arrest.
Hard work pays off for a few standout seniors. Meet the students making their mark.
And a new Catholic leader is making headlines around the world. Find out how it's resonating right here in the Crossroads.
And just when you thought the rain chances were over, we're actually looking at some more rain that's going to be approaching us. We'll be talking about that coming up.
It'll be tonight's Athlete of the Week. Find out later on. Sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Shawna Currie.
And I'm Brubaker. Robert Prevost was elected the first pope from the United States in the history of the Catholic Church. The Chicago-born missionary took the name Leo XIV.
For the first time, a U.S.-born pope addressed the world from the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica today. Pope Leo XIV, formerly Cardinal Robert Prevost, called for peace and honored the late Pope Francis in his first remarks.
And now we find out more about this former cardinal from Chicago. Whitney Wild shares the 69-year-old's journey to becoming the 267th leader of the Catholic Church.
Habemus Papam.
We have a pope.
This is the moment Catholics and papal enthusiasts had been waiting for. Pope Leo XIV, the first U.S. pontiff in history, presenting himself to the world. 69-year-old Cardinal Robert Prevost, born in Chicago, was chosen as the 267th leader of the Catholic Church on day 2 of the conclave.
La pace sia con voi.
Peace be with you.
He attended Villanova University in Pennsylvania, earning a bachelor's in mathematics before going on to receive his Master of Divinity from the Catholic Theological Union of Chicago.
I have absolutely no doubt that our new Pope Leo XIV will just be an extraordinary leader. We didn't think it was possible for an American to be the person that the cardinals would choose, but he's a person that really has the heart of the whole church.
Gracias a todos ustedes.
Cardinal Prevost has spent much of his career as a missionary in South America. He previously worked for a decade in Trujillo, Peru, and served as Bishop of Chiclayo, another Peruvian city, from 2014 to 2023. He is a dual U.S. and Peruvian national. After today's unveiling, Peru's immigration agency posted his Peruvian ID card on social media. Today, he outlined his vision for the church.
We have to seek together to be a missionary church, a church that builds bridges and dialogue.
The visibly emotional Pope Leo XIV also thanked the cardinals.
I should also like to thank all my cardinal brethren who have chosen me to be the successor of Peter, and to walk with you as a united church, always seeking peace and justice.
He also asked the crowd to remember the legacy of his predecessor, praising the late Pope Francis, who died April 21st.
The Pope who blessed Rome gave his blessing to the world, to the entire world, that morning of Easter. Allow me to follow up on that blessing. God loves us. God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail.
Among his first duties as Pope, he will celebrate Mass at the Sistine Chapel on Friday.
The new pope's name, Pope Leo XIV, takes after the last Pope Leo, who valued hardworking people, continuing the teachings of Catholic society. Local priest Father Currie calls the new pope humble and the perfect candidate, since he's familiar with the Vatican system. Lavati says he was surprised and grateful the cardinals picked Prevost as the new leader.
It's history. I mean, it's history in the making. History I thought we'd never see. Most of us thought we'd never see it. So it's exciting. It's just overwhelming. It's incredible, really. It's incredible that the Holy Spirit would just do this. And the Holy Spirit would choose this man to lead us.
Father Lavati says Pope Leo XIV might be faced with many challenges, but believes he's ready for them.
Pope Leo XIV is making history not only as the first U.S.-born pope, but also the first Peruvian American to be elected to the papacy. Local teacher Kimberly Merland, who shares Peruvian roots, says she believes the new pope will carry on much of Pope Francis's legacy. Merland had a deeply personal encounter with Pope Francis back in 2016. She says he blessed her marriage, her pregnancy, and had a lasting impact on her life. Pope Leo XIV spent 40 years in Peru as a missionary, building strong ties with the people and the culture he came to call home.
It's not an easy position and he is at right now to lead the church. So I think we all should pray for him, pray for his intentions.
Merland says she teaches her children how to serve and be kind to others, just as Pope Leo XIV and Pope Francis would do. So now we turn to our viewer poll tonight. How do you feel about the selection of the first American pope? Are you proud, surprised, unsure, or don't have an opinion? We want to hear from you. Visit crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part. And still 61% of voters say they are proud to have the first American pope elected. And then followed by 10% that say they're surprised. It's kind of a fallacy. We didn't know if it was going to happen or not.
It's been consistently in the 60s really all day for proud.
Yeah. And if you haven't voted yet, you still have an opportunity to. And thank you for everyone who has. Well, the rain has stopped for now, but there's more on the way.
And we had a lot of it when it was here. Let's go to Jacob Lozano with the first look at the forecast and the first look at numbers, Jacob.
Yeah, we'll be looking at those rainfall totals here in a little bit, but I just wanted to take a look at this thunderstorm that has just moved off. It was blowing some 90-mile-per-hour winds with that, and it's heading south of Corpus Christi. But we're all looking at some more showers beginning to pop up outside of Victoria, as well as this line that's going to be moving and pushing through our county as that frontal system is going to be moving through. But rainfall totals have been pretty substantial. Let's just say almost 4 inches of rain where that flash flood warning was going on there in Refugio County. But we saw about 1.5 inches on average here in Victoria. But some areas saw 2 to 3 inches of rain, and we still got a little bit more on the ways, but we'll be talking about that coming up in the full weather report. Dawn?
Well, Victoria County deputies and immigration agents team up to take a man with a violent criminal past off the streets. This happened around 8 o'clock this morning on Woodlawn Street. Officials say 52-year-old Ruben Calderon Oliveras was taken into custody on a deportation warrant. He has a prior criminal history, including attempted murder, aggravated robbery, felony criminal mischief, and DWI.
Only about 25,000 teachers out of nearly 400,000 in Texas currently receive raises under the merit-based Teacher Incentive Allotment Program. The program also excludes essential support staff who contribute to children's instruction and learning. To read the full Texas Tribune article, visit our website, crossroadstoday.com. Victoria ISD announced its Teachers of the Year. Shelley Mordica is the Elementary Teacher of the Year. She teaches 4th grade reading and language arts at O'Connor Elementary and is known for her fun, creative approach like her signature frogtastic teaching style. School leaders say she makes learning come alive by connecting her students to the world and bringing the world into her classroom every day. Rachel Lowry, a health science teacher at Victoria ISD's Career and Technology Institute, was named Secondary Teacher of the Year. With a background in healthcare and corporate training, she's bringing real-world experiences to her students, whether it's through mock clinics, hospital tours, or connecting them with medical professionals. The district says she's helping shape the next generation of healthcare leaders. Seniors nationwide are getting ready for their final weeks of school as graduation gets closer.
In a 25 News Now Extra, reporter Trenton Whiting features a trio of Crossroads scholars in Head of the Class. Crossroads valedictorians chart their future.
Graduation season is here. It's a time of reflection for the hard-working seniors in the Crossroads as they move on to their next phase of life. Some of the hardest working students in the area are getting recognition in the form of a new title, valedictorian. AJ Shawna is Victoria West's top grade getter, and it's been his vision for a while to secure the top spot.
I knew officially just a couple weeks after we came back from Christmas break. I was very relieved because, you know, it's been a lot of work, and now I can kind of just take a step back and just kind of cruise a little bit for the rest of the year.
Ever since he learned he was #1 in the first GPA check his freshman year, AJ has tried to maintain his rank. He finally reached his goal after the first semester his senior year when he learned he'd be valedictorian.
I wasn't really expecting it at all, but once I got that, I was like, you know, now I have to keep it going.
He credits his time on the swim team for instilling the hard work and good habits he brought into his schoolwork.
I've been playing sports for a while. I think a lot of the discipline and time management comes from that.
Extracurriculars seem to be a common theme among the Crossroads top performers. J.R. Bishop from Currie High School is the latest of a family filled with valedictorians. The example set by his older brother and sister inspired J.R. to aim for the top spot himself.
They kind of set the higher standards. They set the bar for me, really. Their support and influence in my life have definitely guided me to want to achieve that goal of becoming valedictorian.
One thing they all shared in common, a connection to the DeWitt County 4-H chapter, which helps JR build skills in leadership and communication.
Through the 4-H program, I've learned to be a leader in my own community.
The rich history of Cuero football in his family and other sports helped JR develop the hard work necessary for his achievement.
Cuero Gobbler football is has been deeply rooted in our family's history. The years under Coach Vikach, Coach Alvarez, and Coach Reeve have all taught me hard work and discipline pay off.
His parents say they never pressured their kids to become valedictorians. They just provided the support they needed to chase after their own internal goals.
Encourage them to take those courses that will get them to where they need to be in college.
All three of our kiddos, I never would have thought in a million years we'd have 3 valedictorians.
Victoria East valedictorian Avery Harriman transferred to Victoria East her sophomore year. She didn't know she even had a chance at valedictorian until her junior year. Once she knew she was in range, she knew how much it could help for college tuition and made it her goal. Now that she's done it, she's as happy for her mother as she is for herself.
The main thing that was motivating me was that we get a tuition waiver, and I'm like, I didn't want to put the burden on my mom too much. I just love seeing her happy, because I know she's so proud of me.
Avery has spent her high school years caring for others, volunteering as part of numerous after-school activities, and even going on mission trips out of the country.
It's like you're putting someone else above yourself, and it makes you feel great whenever they're so excited that you were able to help them in that way.
She says her dedication to the work and her love for learning helped achieve the goal, along with being surrounded by motivated friends that helped push her.
You have to have the initial motivation, but really surrounding yourself with people who push you towards continuing that.
While these 3 students took different paths to their accomplishment, they share the dedication and drive needed to become a valedictorian. They also share an immediate future at the University of Texas A&M College Station.
I'm going to be studying engineering.
I'll be a chemical engineer major.
I'm going to be studying management information systems.
Congratulations to all graduates in the Crossroads. The community is wishing you good luck as you chart the future for yourselves and the world around you. Trenton Whiting, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
And as we spotlight some of the area's students at the head of the class, we are also celebrating every member of the class of 2025, like Christiana from Victoria West High School. Jolynn Saldana says, congratulations on you graduating. Dad and I love you and are very proud of you. A big shout out to Hayden from Goliad High School. Ashley Luco says, congratulations, baby girl. We couldn't be more proud of you. Can't wait to see what this next chapter of life holds for you. Good luck at Texas State. And I'll add, go Bobcats.
Oh. Wonder why she added that. And congrats to Joe from Victoria West High School. April Ramos's message. Class of 2025 West High School, congrats, son. We are very proud of you. Love, Mom, Dad, and brother. Submit a photo and heartfelt message for your grad through June 13th. We'll feature our area grads on air and on social media. Go to our contest page at crossroadstoday.com, click the entertainment tab, then select contest to submit and show your pride. They are showing it.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all the graduates. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Coming up on 25 News now at 10, big changes are on the horizon for air travel as the Trump administration teams up with airline leaders to tackle long-standing issues in the skies.
Also ahead, a leadership change at FEMA is making waves, what it could mean for the agency.
The Department of Homeland Security says acting FEMA Administrator Cameron Hamilton has been fired. This comes just a day after Hamilton publicly broke with the Trump administration during a hearing, saying he does not support dismantling FEMA, despite being appointed by Trump. Multiple sources say he was escorted out of FEMA headquarters today. The DHS spokesperson confirmed that David Richardson will step in as acting administrator, but did not give a reason for Hamilton's removal.
Today, President Trump named Fox News host and former prosecutor Jeanine Pirro as the acting U.S. attorney for Washington, D.C. She will replace Ed Martin. Martin's nomination had been imperiled in recent days amid what appeared to be massive pushback from Republicans on Capitol Hill. Trump said Martin will instead take on another role in the administration, maybe in the Justice Department.
The Trump administration, along with the heads of major airlines this afternoon, announcing details to transform and remodel the nation's air traffic control system.
It's aimed at fixing the chronic problems plaguing air travel.
CEOs of top airlines joined Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy to unveil the Trump administration's multi-billion-dollar plan to overhaul the nation's aging air traffic control system. With the latest safety concerns making headlines at busy Newark Airport outside New York.
We should be using fiber, but it's copper. We use radar from the 1970s. Some of them are from the 80s, but most of them are from the 70s. So this technology is 50 years old that our controllers use to scan the skies and keep airplanes separated from one another.
Shining a spotlight on the problem, last week's system outage at Newark Airport in New Jersey that left controllers with blank screens without radar and communication for more than 1 minute. As the FAA announced immediate steps to fix the problems there, the Trump administration unveiled a plan to build a brand new state-of-the-art air traffic control system that includes replacing antiquated infrastructure, including software, hardware, and telecommunications networks.
This has quite literally been our #1 priority for decades. I am proud to stand here today with what appears to be a solution and a path to move forward. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. JetBlue is here to do our part. Let's get this done.
The problems have been years in the making, but the plan comes amid a rush of high-profile mishaps, near misses, and a catastrophic mid-air collision in January between an American Airlines regional jet and an Army Black Hawk helicopter that killed 67 people near Reagan-Washington National Airport. Some families of those killed attended today's announcement. The Trump administration's plan will need backing from Congress. The improvements could reach $30 billion. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Well, our rain totals are increasing here in our southern counties, but what about us? We'll be talking about that coming up after the break. Well, we had an eventful day here in the Crossroads. We had warm, muggy temperatures in the morning. Then the rain came in with a little bit of thunder and lightning, a little bit of hail in certain areas. But now we're still in that marginal risk. There's been a little shift. Now that slight risk is right there just along deep South Texas. And this is all going to be fading away by tomorrow. This is our last bit of severe weather that we've been talking about for a full week now, to be honest with you. Now, there's all that severe weather. That's well south of us here of 37, but we did get a lot of rain, and we are still looking at getting some more rain, but some of these storms have been producing 90-mile-per-hour gust winds as they're making their way along the coastline, but these will be moving on out of here by about midnight to 2 a.m. here through Brownsville at least. But for us here, we're starting to see some moderate showers begin to pop up here southern of Victoria County, but right here around Refugio, that's where we had that flash flood warning where they got 3 inches of rain. Now we're starting to see maybe 4 inches of rain starting to be produced within this area, as well as a line of showers starting to pop up there around Cuero. Not much going on around Palacios or Edna right now, but it is slowly shifting over, and we're going to be looking at those showers start to make their way this way here just for a little off and on shower, but it does look like it's also weakening in the area. Now, the rainfall totals, let's just say they're starting to add up more now. 4.15 is what we're seeing now. This is the last 6 hours to right now. So got about 1.5 inches up there. We're seeing 2.25 there and about 3 inches there right outside of Port Lavaca. And we'll say 2.5 inches is that number in between for our Crossroads region in the area. But today we got up to 86 degrees. We're finally above average here for the month of May. Still about 1 inch here, more or less below average for the month or for the year actually. But we're going to be seeing those rain chances start to diminish as we go on through the weekend. So 10 p.m. this is right where we're at. We're starting to see those showers begin to push on through, and by midnight that's going to be about it. We may see a little isolated shower there, but that's pretty much it. We're done for the rain chances here coming into the weekend time. Now we are looking at this low pressure system that's going to be moving off towards Louisiana. It may have some backflow pulling in that moisture and maybe spitting it down because it's going to be coming off the north. So maybe a little 10% chance of rain, if that. That would be all we would be able to see. But temperatures are going to be a lot cooler now with those northerly winds. 68 degrees is our low for tomorrow morning. We'll be up in the high 60s to mid 60s across our region. And we'll be getting up into the low 80s as our daytime high. A little less humid as well to go along with that because it's been a bit of a warm, muggy past couple of days. Now, Saturday morning we'll be starting off into the low 60s. By 7 a.m. we'll get into the mid 60s here, and temperatures will actually be capping out at around the high 70s. So getting that spring-like weather that we should be getting. It's finally returning. Plus we got all that rain as well. But Sunday morning, Mother's Day, we're looking a bit cooler right there. It's low 60s, maybe some high 50s to start off our morning, and temperatures are going to be capping out within the low 80s again. We're just very not muggy conditions here for us in the region, but we are going to see those winds begin to shift out of the west, and we'll start to see those muggy conditions start to return. Now, Sunny skies for tomorrow here in Victoria, as well as Port Lavaca. We'll be seeing those with those northerly winds, as well as here in Cuero. But those next 7 days, we'll just talk about some cooler conditions, and we'll get those westerly winds, and we'll be up in the 90s. Now, don't forget to scan the QR code for more news, weather, and sports. And speaking of sports, I wonder if the baseball games went down, Max.
You know, Jacob, there was a couple, right? But again, a lot of them had a little delays. So again, we'll keep you updated about which games are still going on here for baseball-wise and softball as well. Give you little updates as well with all those coming up in sports. All right, Cross, let's hope everyone's staying dry here with all this weather that Jacob's been talking about here the past couple of days. But again, we also still had some baseball, softball games we're going to mention here in just a matter of moments. But before that, today is still Thursday as well, and that means our athlete of the week. So last week we gave it to UHP baseball player Julian Garcia. Well, this week, running down to the track, give it to Goliad track and field runner Gord Zamzo, who broke the record in the 300-meter hurdles there at the state meet there in Austin last week. So I caught up with him earlier today, see how he felt about breaking his record and how his older sister Ashton Zamzo Mahler, who is an Olympic runner, helped him along the way.
It helps a lot that I had experience being there the past 2 years. You know, going there as a freshman and a sophomore, it helps a lot to just like you've been here before. I can just chill out. And one time this summer for she had a little speed camp, and I went to that. She helped me out a lot with my hurdle technique because I needed a lot of improvement with my hurdle technique, and she helped me out a lot. She had me go faster through the hurdles, which helped me improve to get faster too.
Now, Court also competed in the 4x400 meter relay as well at state there again, so he did a lot of different events, but he's just a junior. He's going to be back there next season for the Goliad Tigers, and he knows for sure he wants to break more and more records as he goes on. Now over to Victoria East, where again they had one swimmer and one diver there. Again, signed their letter of intent to go to the next level. First, Victoria East state swimmer Nicholas Turner. He's heading to University of Texas Permian Basin out there in Odessa, Texas. And then Victoria East diver Sarah Hagan there signed to Kalamazoo College there in Michigan. So congrats to both of them there, signing their letter of intents there, going to the next level. Now over to some baseball action where this game of Victoria West faced the Henderson Hawks. This was, again, supposed to start at 6 o'clock, but then it got delayed out to 8:10 p.m. there out there Riverside and West. They did not start high. You can tell there from their bats because Henderson got on early. Their starting pitcher there for West, Aiden De Leon, made some wild throws early, and Henderson took advantage. They got the early lead 2-0. And currently, as I got back with somebody else, they right now have the score 5-1 in the top of the 5th inning, and it currently is still in another lightning delay as we speak right now. So we'll see when then the game finishes up, and we'll see if we get you a score out there later on. Now, a game that did get finished up, though, here out in Sinton High School, where the Ganado Indians, they are facing the Three Rivers Bulldogs for game 1 of the series. And again, eager to see how this game would keep going here for both of these teams. As you looked at it for Ganado, they got on the board earlier. They got some big-time plays. And again, they got stranded out as they went with it. And Cade Nixon hammered a deep shot there out to right field. So currently looking at it, actually this game did not get finished, pardon me. It has actually gotten a lightning delay. Ganado was up there 9-0, and it was currently in the top of the 7th inning. And guess what? It was 2 outs. So that means they're going to finish that game with 1 more out they need to win that game 1. That game will be Friday, and then game 2 will be 30 minutes after that one. Now, Victoria East Baseball, they played game 1 versus the Anderson Trojans tonight on the road, and they would lose this one, game 1, 7-2, as Ryan Steele and again Genoa brought the RBIs in for East. But they're going to have to clean that up because they got to win this game tomorrow, game 2 at Riverside, in order for them to stay alive for this season. How about the Industrial Cobras? They face the Lido Pirates for game 1 of the 2nd round out there in Karn City. Industrial, they lose a tough one there, 2-0. And the Cobras, they need to, again, just like East tomorrow, they need to win game 2 tomorrow if they want to keep their season alive. Also there in Karn City. That's going to do it here in sports. Don and Shawna, back to you.
Thank you, Max, and stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10, we'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, a legendary band is making headlines with a major announcement. Find out what's next for these rock icons. We have the what, when, where, and why.
Watch tonight or I'll tell the new pope.
Oh, I'm so cute.
A toy synonymous with the latest in pop culture is partnering with the WNBA. Funko says it's launching a line of pop figures representing women's basketball players. The first wave will feature Asia Wilson of the Los Angeles Aces, Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky, Brianna Stewart of the New York Liberty, and Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever. Pre-sale for the new pop figures starts on May 14th, just before the WNBA season.
If this is not their final bow, we won't get fooled again. After more than 6 decades of rock history, The Who is calling it quits. Legendary rockers Roger Daltrey and Pete Townshend have announced their farewell North America tour, aptly titled The Song Is Over. Kicking off August 16th outside Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 16-date tour will hit major cities like Boston, Toronto, Philadelphia, and Seattle. And they'll bring their squeeze box with them, too. The tour will wrap in Las Vegas in late September. Tickets are on sale starting May 16th, with pre-sale starting May 13th. The Who, they're probably like 70, 80, something like that, but they can still rock, I bet. They can still rock. And our world was rocked with all this rain here tonight. My goodness.
Was. We got a lot of rain in our area. Some areas saw 4 inches here in those past 6-7 hours, let's just say that. But the rain's going to be subsiding here around midnight. We start to see some sunny skies. We have a little 10% chance of rain Saturday just from that low. May throw some moisture back over us from the north. But enjoy your Mother's Day. It's going to be 58 as a low Sunday morning, getting up to 83. Nice. Cool conditions. And then the westerly winds kick in, and it's going to get hot. Let's just say we'll be touching the 90s.
You know, it's May.
Touching the 90s.
But tonight, again, you mentioned some places saw up to 4 inches of rain. We've seen some streets are flooded. So if you are out and about, just be careful.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, it is National Have a Coke Day. On this day in 1886, the first Coca-Cola was served in Atlanta, Georgia. A local pharmacist named Dr. John Stith Pemberton produced the syrup. He took it to Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta, where they mixed it with carbonated water. Dr. Pemberton's partner and bookkeeper suggested the name Coca-Cola, thinking the 2 C's would look pretty cool in advertising. So he penned the now famous trademark in his unique script. The soda fountain drink was marketed as a tonic for most common ailments and sold for 5 cents a glass. Early advertising included hand-painted oilcloth signs that appeared on store awnings. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Pretty
cool.
Things go better with them.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight.
25 News Now, Sunrise 5 a.m. Jimmy Kimmel Live starts now.